Hello, Steve Arts 89. I'm kind of going down Star Trek memory lane and talking about all the Star Trek actors and celebrities I've met over the years, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it because I have a lot of great memories from meeting all these guys. One of my favourites was, of course, Saavik, the second Saavik, Robin Curtis. I never met Kirstie Alley. I want two of the main Star Trek actors that I haven't sort of met, particularly from Next Generation, was Whoopi Goldberg, of course, and Kirstie Alley, because they were kind of too big to do the conventions and the fan stuff, because they were, stars. And I was thinking of going to like the 50th anniversary, like the big one in Las Vegas or something, and I thought, you're going to get a lot of people in one go. You're going to catch up on all the people that wouldn't travel and stuff like that. And I thought the only ones you really want, because I met most of them at that point that I liked and cared about. There's only a couple I had missed. I'm like, the only people you really want are Whoopi Goldberg and Kirstie Alley. They're not going to go to that convention. They're not going to do it. They don't do conventions. So I didn't do it. And then they both went. I'm like, no. It was too late at that point to do it. I didn't have the money. And I regret it to this day, because even though Kirstie turned out to be a trumpet and a bigger nutball than I thought she was, like not in a good way, and Whoopi I would have loved to have met. But the next favourite one, next favourite person that I wanted to meet, because she was in the original cast in a way, but was Robin, and she was, I think it was one of the conventions in Adelaide. I'm sure I travelled for it. I actually can't remember where it was now. I think it was Adelaide. I seem to remember it was the same convention centre that they had Terra Nova in. And she did a talk, and she was really wonderful. She was really nice, really warm, really friendly. And after the talk, she sort of was just in the sort of audience, walking around in the area, just talking to people and being really friendly. People were getting photos with her, and sort of came to the point where a lot of people were asking for photos and that. And she sat her purse down and her bag down on a row of chairs, and I was sort of like, you better be careful with that, darling. So I sat down next to it and watched her bag for her, and she's like, oh, thank you for that. And we were just chatting. She was really sweet and really friendly, and I got a photo after that, after everyone else had sort of gone away. She's like, oh, thank you for that. Oh, you could better get a photo too. And she's really, really sweet. I absolutely loved her. She kind of played a better Vulcan than Kirstie Alley did, but Kirstie Alley was Kirstie Alley, so she doesn't get the respect she deserves as the second Saavik, I don't think. And she's a much nicer person in person, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I really would have liked to have met Kirstie, now I think about it. And the issue was, she was there with a Stargate actor, as they were like both there for the convention, and I had no idea who he was. And I got a photo of both of them together, and I have no idea who he was. I've seen the episodes now that he's in. I'm like, oh, that's that guy. Okay, yeah, I met him, yeah. But when I met him, I had no idea, because I'd only seen a handful of episodes of Stargate, and I hadn't seen any of the ones he was in, because I think he came in like later in the show, and I'd just seen like some episodes from like the first season when it first was like on TV, and it was like 8:30 and everyone started watching it, because a lot of the science fiction shows in Australia, they start off prime time 8:30, like the first year or so, and if they don't do well, which they usually don't, they slowly creep up to like 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then you sort of lose track of them, you never see the end of them, sort of thing. And Stargate, I think it moved back to like 9 or 10 at some point. I just remember watching some of the first season episodes and not being really impressed, feeling like it was too military, it was too just sort of, planet backlot Canada sort of thing, and planet Canadian backlot, as I call a lot of those shows. And yeah, so I'm just looking at the photo now of me, Robin, and this guy, and I'm like, I felt bad because I had no idea who he was. I hope it didn't show, because you try and be polite, you don't want to be rude and be like, I'm really here for this person, I love and adore them, you're interesting too. That's kind of what it's like. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you met Robin Curtis, I mean, one thing she did, which I thought was kind of interesting, but I don't think she should have done it, was she's appeared in costume and makeup as Saavik a couple of times. She did it back in the day, and she actually said at one point, I've learnt never to do that, because they don't value you. They're just you're just sort of there as like this character. It's not good to do. But then she did it later at another convention a couple of years ago. She appeared in makeup at one of the big conventions. I'm like, I thought, okay. But I still love her. She's wonderful. And I'm going to go. Thanks. Bye.